Zach, cause he done ran off. Saquon against the Rams, dog. I do this for my grams, dog. Protecting my fam, dog. Keep 100 grand, dog. It's part of the plan, dog. Whopping these language, that's why I do not understand, y'all. If I don't lose no toes, I promise I'ma always stand tall. Do not understand, y'all. If I don't lose no toes, I promise I'ma always stand tall. Vibes.
What's going on, y'all? It's the Uppercut Pod, man, and we back here today with another video. What's going on, bro?
Hey man, what's going on, man? We back, Uppercut Pod, back with another video, man. Back with the consistency. Feel me? You know what we doing, man. We're trying to upload a lot in 2026, bring out hella content, go to fights, vlog them as we did last year. So we're just trying to bring back all the great vibes for this one. But I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. It's a lot of great fights coming up. I've seen a lot of great fights to end the year of 2025, man. Like my favorite fighter about to come up. It's about to be one hell of a January and year, to be honest, And we
To be honest, though, I think 2025 was a good year of boxing, bro. That was a good year.
I do too. I think we're moving in the right direction. Turkey is kind of changing the landscape of boxing, bro. We're getting those imaginary fights that we thought wasn't a joint. We're getting those now.
Yeah, we're starting to get them, and that just makes you think what's gonna happen in 2026. But I want to just go over today some of the things in 2025. So what we're gonna do today, y'all? We're gonna go through a run through of columns of who we think was the best in that column. Okay. I'm gonna start it off. We're gonna go. Who was the fighter of the year in your opinion, bro, in 2025? Who was the fighter you felt like, yeah, this is the fighter of the year of 2025?
In my opinion, man, the fighter of the year of 2025 is no doubt about it. The best boxer of our generation, Terrence Crawford. He did the unthinkable, moved up 2 weight classes. Some say 3 because he only fought once at 154, but I'll say 2. He was filled at 154. I think he looked good, but he fought the biggest cash cow, the biggest guy in boxing right now, moved up to his division and bullied him. I'm going to just say what it was. Like, that was not a close fight. The judges who judged it, who had a 7-5, 7-5, like, it was 2 of them dudes. They both shouldn't be judging anymore.
Crazy, bro.
Let's get them out of there. There's no way TC ain't win 9 at least rounds, And for him to do that to such a great fighter, a Hall of Famer, the cash cow in Canelo Alvarez, to do it in that fashion, in my opinion, 1 fight only, but still with the magnitude, first 3 division undisputed champion, basically stamps that he's the best boxer of the generation while beating 2 of the best. He beat Spence, then he beat Canelo. Like, we don't even look at Spence the same after what TC did to him. Like, Spence was looked at as a top 5 fighter. Spence not even trying to get in the ring no more. You know what I'm saying? So, all in all, I think Terrence Bud Crawford is the fighter of 2025.
Yeah, for sure. And just a quick little tie-in too when you said about the 7-5 thing. I like how Bud in that fight, he instead of the boxing, he still in the pocket to let everybody know, like, no, I'm winning this fight. I'm in charge of like what's going on in here. I like how he did that. So he definitely stamped it in that fight for sure. But for fight of the year for me, I mean, I wanted to go Bud clear as day, but I thought I'd switch things around because I probably knew you was gonna go with that. So I was like, I'm gonna go with David Benavidez on this one for me, man. I'm a very big David Benavidez fight, and this is why I say David Benavidez was the best fighter in 2025 to me. He started the year off with a banger. He moved up to light heavyweight. Nobody wanted to get in the ring with this guy, so he went and fought another guy that nobody wanted to get in the ring with, David Morrell. He started the year off going in the ring with David Morrell. And let's be honest, that was one of the fights of the year. That was a crazy fight.
I agree.
That was a crazy fight.
Morrell is tough.
In my opinion, it was a good fight, but I still in all feel like he inflicted a lot of damage on David Morrell. Like I feel
Yeah,
like
definitely.
he was in there throwing
The
like
clear
eight,
winner, clear winner.
yeah, going in there throwing 8 combinations to the body. Like he was going crazy. Um, and then right after that, he went right back to what he was on. I still want to fight the top guys. I still want Better Biev. I still want Bibble. I want one of these guys. They don't want to get in the ring with him. They want to fight each other. And he said, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go fight Anthony Yard, one of the premier 75ers, in the weight class. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if we can bleep this out, but he fucked him up. I'm not gonna lie, he fucked him up. He was on some Mortal Kombat shit. He grabbed him. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit. And I'm
With
watching this
one
shit. I'm like, yeah,
hand.
he's
With
bugged
one
out.
hand.
Bro, he's bugged out. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he's bugged out. Like, he's bugged out. He's, to me, your fighter's favorite fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your fighter was to like have a kind of style to like beat people up, it would be David Benavidez for me. So I had to go David Benavidez for my fighter of the year, man. A very entertaining fighter in my opinion.
Okay.
Next up, I want to go fight of the year. What do you think the
Mm.
fight of the year was?
See, this one I know will differ as well, because there's so many great fights in 2025, There's so many ways you could lean. Like, obviously, I already touched on Bud. You talked about David Benavidez. Any fight he's in is going to be a great fight. We all know that.
Yeah.
But I have to give this fight some love. And I feel like as time goes, it will get more love. You know what I'm saying? I think the 2025 Fight of the Year was Lamont Roach versus Isaac Cruz, bro.
Mm.
That was super exciting of a fight. And let me tell you why, Lamont Roach coming off in a lot of people's opinion, win over the top guy at 135 in Gervonta Tank Davis. A lot of people think he won that fight. A lot of people think Tank got away with some things. And Lamont basically put himself on a map with that fight. A lot of people, or for a long time, he was looking for the rematch with Tank, but Tank decided to do other things, was battling other things, wasn't in the ring, wasn't really wanting to take that fight. So he's looking for guys, whoever is up next, he's willing to take. Then he moves up another weight class. He's a 130 champion. He moves up to 140 to take on a 140 champ in Pitbull Cruz. And we already know what he is in boxing. He's, the 140 version of Mike Tyson. He's any fight he's gonna be in is gonna be a war. It's gonna be a great fight because that's the type of fighter Pitbull is. He takes shots, no homo, and he delivers them himself. And what we've seen in the battle was one of the best counter punchers in the game versus one of the best aggressive fighters in the game. And we've seen it for 12 straight rounds. Obviously it was points where this guy went on the run, this guy went on a run, but for the most part, so much action. There's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
Lamont Roach showed so much skill in this fight, countering. You got this guy trying to keep up on you, but he ended up backing Pitbull up. He made Pitbull frustrated at a certain
That was the
point.
first person that ever made Pitbull do that. Yeah.
But in the beginning of the fight, Pitbull knocked him down and was messing up Lamont game plan. Some people think Lamont was, oh, you should just stay on the outside. No, Lamont wanted to prove on the inside against a bigger fighter that I'm here with you. And I think he won the fight, but they ruled it a draw. I think Lamont should be 2-0 this year, but they ruled it a draw. I had it, 8-4, 7-5, but hey man, it is what it is. As long as he didn't get that loss, that's cool with me. I think that was a super exciting fight.
Not gonna lie, bro. They styles meshed together perfectly, bro. That was a crazy fight, and seeing Lamont staying in the pocket definitely surprised me off rip. I was like, yo, he here to fight this bull, like. And that was the first time I ever seen someone like really sit in the pocket with him on that kind of measure. So I guess it showed the type fighter Lamont is for sure. I respect Lamont. Fight of the year for me, I had to go Bud versus Canelo. I know we shot a couple episodes, talking about how we think the fight was gonna play out. although I thought Bud could win on a decision, I just truthfully did not think it was going to be that clear as day, in my opinion. Like, I know the judges had a 7-5, but I had it like 7-3. Honestly, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, not 7-3, 9-3. Uh,
9-3.
it was just so dominant of a performance. Like I was truly not expecting it to be that dominant, to be honest with you. And then seeing Bud just fuck the game plan. I'm gonna sit in the pocket with you, bro. Like I'm gonna show you, like you in here with me. You not the bully. You in here with me. I'm not in here with you. It just showed like the type fighter that Bud is, and he's truly like one of the best ever, in my opinion. Like I feel like in time we'll look back and appreciate Bud more. You know what I'm saying? Like really, like truthfully, like the things he did, the people he fought, the way he did it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think
Yeah.
we'll look back and 10, 20 years from now and be like,
All
yeah, Bud
unanimous decision wins or knockout. No,
went on a
no split.
knockout streak
No
in the
majority decisions.
yeah. He was stopping like all these guys,
Close
like all
fights.
these
No
top
close
guys.
fights.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
and he was fighting the best of the best in the divisions at the time, every time. So
Yep.
yeah, I feel like we'll respect Bud a little. I respect Bud. I'm just saying the boxing community as a whole and people will respect
Mm-hmm.
Bud. As time goes on. Uh, this next one, I ain't gonna lie. To me, this one it was kind of crazy to me. It was a little tough picking, but I had to come to a decision. I'm gonna go prospect of the year for this next one. Who do you have as the prospect of the year of 2025?
So when someone asks me that, right, I'm thinking of when we started this year, who were the top prospects I was looking out for, and what did they accomplish in the year of 2025? And with that being said, I feel like we'll probably, I don't know if we'll come to a unanimous decision, but, truthfully be told, the 22-year-old sensation Abdullah Mason is the 2025 prospect of the year. You
Yeah,
know, put on, multiple great fights. We still question this and that, but he's so young. He has so much potential, and he's showing us so much. He's twitchy, he's athletic, and he's ready for some of the bigger fights, man. I think he's primed. He did exactly what he was supposed to do as, a prospect, and even more so because a lot of prospects don't go and get a belt. A lot of prospects do not do that. So, and he beat a great fighter in Sam Noakes. He's a good fighter. A lot people won't respect that win until a few years later. Let's see what Sam Noakes does. I think he'll
I think
be
he's gonna be.
around for 135. I think he'll be around. Like he'll
I
get
think he'll
some
be a world
wins.
champion. Sam Noakes is tough, bro.
Sam Noakes is a good fighter, and I think that as time goes by, Abdullah will get more credit for that win, and I think he was the fight prospect of the year.
Yeah, I wanted to go clearly Abdullah Mason, but I wanted to switch things up. I kind of figured you was gonna go Abdullah Mason, because to be honest, he's the prospect of the year. But I wanted to take a
Mhm.
little turn and give a little spotlight on someone that is on the come up. Uh, I wanted to go Jai Tucker. I don't know if you're a little familiar with Jai, but he's a problem, bro. He fought 4 times last year,
Mm.
and he beat one of the most decorated amateurs of all time, Lorenzo Simpson. Uh, Lorenzo Simpson was 301 as an amateur. Lost
Yeah.
one fight. Like one of the most terrific U.S. amateurs of all time, and dismantle him, beat him up. Like, and they was going back and forth, and everyone's like, who's this guy, Ja? He's this top ranked prospect. Like nobody really knows him, and he went in there and beat Lorenzo up. So I had one Ja just because he fought 4 times, and the people the amount of level of the people he fought so early. Like he's only like 14 and
Mhm.
0, and he's fighting one of the biggest prospects on the come up, and he beat him and just mantled him. And so I had to go Jahai Tucker on that one. I'm a big fan of Jahai. I love his style too. Like he's real slick. He knows how to move. He knows how to use the ring. And
Yep.
he's around good people, you know what I'm saying? So it's nothing to not like about Jahai Tucker.
Yeah, great
Um,
fighter.
yeah. This next one, I want to go upset of the year. This one was because it was a lot of upsets in 2025, bro. Honestly, some people thought Bud shit was a upset. Honestly, so
Yeah.
uh, this was a tough one, but let me hear yours first. Who you got as upset of the year?
Man, this was also a tough one, bro,
Yeah,
because there was a few upsets. It's clear, Bud was definitely the underdog. A lot of people went with Canelo, but I don't think that was upset of the year because it was still a super fight. It's two
yeah,
Hall of Famers at the end of the
yeah.
day. You
Facts.
know, two guys who are already bona fide Hall of Famers. So like whoever lost,
Doesn't really
I'm not gonna
matter.
say it doesn't
Yeah.
matter, but it matters less. It matters less. You know what I'm saying? Both already decorated. So, but for my upset of the year, man, and it's not gonna go on record. It's not gonna go on record. But the upset of the year is Lamont Roach versus Javante Tank Davis.
Yeah.
That is the upset of the year. We came into the year 2025, wanting and praying, Tank takes a guy to where the fight could at least be 60-40, 70-30. He's fought okay guys, but he hasn't fought any guy over a B plus, A minus. You know what I'm saying? And it's about that time. He's in super mega fights, and I think Floyd, showed him that way. You can make so much money without fighting the best guy. Like I feel like they kind of went that route, and if that's how you go, that's how you go. That's how you swing. But in my opinion, you're not gonna be known as the best to me. But with that being said, in 2025, he took on another guy where we were like, man, come on, Tank. Like we're not really trying to see this. Even though Lamont Roach was a champion at 130, he's lost before. Hasn't been making a lot of noise really outside of the people who are in tune with boxing. If you were casual, you didn't know who Lamont Roach was in 2024. And he went on and fought Tank. And in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion as well, beat him. He beat him to the punch a lot of times. He did a great job of countering. That's where we learned he was such a great counter puncher because we know Tink is a great counter puncher. He was countering Tink and controlled a lot of the rounds. Tink got off on some rounds, but I think Lamont did enough and should have did enough to secure the victory. And that's not even including a knockdown that wasn't called for Tank. Like if that's just called, that changes the whole fight to a win for Lamont or whatever. But even without that, I think Lamont should have got that win, and a lot of people agree with that. And I for sure think that is the upset of the year.
Yeah, definitely agree to most of the things you said right there. For me, it was either between Shiraz and old boy from New York, and then it was then it was like, but I
So
started
was
really.
that an upset?
I didn't think it was gonna be a KO loss though. Like maybe he on points, but just the fashion. And then I was like, nah, I had to really do a deep dive into this one, and I had to go. My upset of the year is Armando Resendiz against Caleb Plant, only because the
Ooh.
odds was crazy, bro. The odds was crazy. Armando, bro, he was plus 2,400, bro. Caleb Plant was the clearest day. It was set up for him to fight Charlo. Like it was a card, literally, where it was contracted. If you win your fight, you win your fight, we fight. Charlo did his end of the stick. What happened with Caleb? He was popping all this at the press conference, and he was saying, "Yeah, you remember we sparred? You know what happened? I'm gonna stop you. He's popping it. And we seen how that turned out. He got dominated on points. If we thought Armando was gonna win, everyone thought it was gonna be by a knockout. He
Yeah.
beat him by decision. You know what I'm saying? And I was watching a bunch of interviews, and I think Caleb Plant is a good boxer, but I do feel like at times he thinks he's better than what he really is. And I
Mm.
think that was the little bit of the downfall in that fight. Uh I seen interviews on David Benavidez because they fought. He was like he thinks Caleb's good, but he gets tired, and not even just physically, mentally, as the
Mhm.
fight goes on. Like once you get to like 8, you can see it. You see it in all his fights. Like
Yeah,
you
you
literally
see
can
it.
see. You can literally see it, like mentally, physically, just everything. he dies out. He starts off super, super duper strong. To me, he's like a front runner. You know what I'm saying? Although I know
Yep.
he was a IBF world champion like 10 years ago. Cool. I just feel like around that time he had a purpose to actually go get that belt, which was, his daughter had died. So, he was bringing a lot to the table. But I just feel like now it's not that same tenacity. You know what I'm saying? It's just not the same. And I feel like it's showing in the fights, This was supposed to be a fight for him to get back and, get right. And
That's
you
hell of
see
an
how,
answer, bro.
yeah, you
That's a
see,
great answer.
you see how it
That
went.
was a
So I gotta go Armando Resendiz on upset of the year. Caleb, you gotta get right, my boy. Um, let's go KO of the year though for this next one. KO of the year. It was a bunch of KOs in 2025. Which one do you think was the best in your opinion?
man. This was, I mean, all of these were really hard. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
when it came down to it, this one was easier than the rest. When I think of KO of the year, what's the first KO that comes to your mind of 2025? And I think of Brian Norman Jr.
Yeah.
I think of Brian Norman Jr., what he did in not even the US, in Japan against a good fighter, a quality fighter. He was a quality fighter. You may not know the name, but he was a quality guy. Like if you looked into him, he was Japan's, next guy up and, competing for world titles. And this dude laid him flat.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the KOs of the year. For a lot of people, it put Brian on the map, and he'll probably never be forgotten for that. Like that's gonna be one of them KOs that in 10 years will be on the KOs of 2020's decade type John. Like it was one of those special KOs, them video game like KOs to where it's never going to be forgotten. I think like and don't let Brian Norman have a good career. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely not going to be forgotten.
Yeah.
100%. Like, and I think Brian Norman's a good fighter. I think he can bounce back after the loss. I think he took a step too high, too fast, maybe. But
Yeah.
I think all in all,
You gotta respect it though,
and
Gotta
I think he
respect
still has power, and I think he'll get some more knockouts as well. The dude's only
it.
25. He's still in it. But so far, like so young to have one of them special knockouts, bro, I think he'll be remembered.
Yeah, I want Brian as Norman as well, bro. I feel like that was a crazy left hook, bro. Like that shit was like a whip. It was like a whipping left hook though. Like he got low, boom, and it wasn't just like a KO. Like bro was asleep. Like, and you gotta remember, this is his first title defense, and he left the country to go do it.
Bro,
He never fought in Tokyo ever. That to me was some like 80s and 90s kind of shit or 70s shit. Like, I'm gonna go to your country and I'm gonna fight you. And then he knocked the guy out in this guy's own country in front of all his fans. And that's how you gain fans from that country. You know what I'm saying? Like, you knocked out our guy in our country in front of us. You know what I'm saying? And then was all cool after. Like, it was just a fight. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. And I feel like Brian is kind of one of them old school fighters too, if it's just me. Like,
bro,
I like how he's
good.
taking on the Devin Haney's. Like, he's not scared to fight these guys. That's what boxing is. The best fight the best. Devin Haney moved to the weight class. He's the biggest name in the weight class technically now because he's in that weight class. I'm the champion.
Sure.
Y'all think he's the best? I think I'm the best. Let's fight. I think that's how it's supposed to be. So I'll definitely respect Brian Norman, and Brian Norman definitely will be back, bro. He has power in both hands,
Yep.
and he got rid of his dad as his coach. So I think he's gonna be good. I think Brian Norman's gonna be back for sure, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
All right, for the last one, I want to go fight card of the year. Like, if you was to say it was a card the whole year, like, because we had a couple hits and misses, like where we thought a card was gonna be the best, wound up being a shit
Like
show.
that New York card. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
like wound up being a shit show. Like, if you was out of all the cards, like, what do you feel like was the best card, top to bottom, of the whole year?
Yeah, man. I'll probably, say this is another fairly easy one, but we have to highlight like just what Turki Al Sheikh has been able to do though. Like the fact that he's able to put these cards together, like some of these fights that be second to third, to last, be good enough fights to where they could be the main event if someone else is running the. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like these fights be that good, be having that big of names. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta respect everything he's doing for boxing. Like I really do. He really could be doing anything else with his money, bro.
yeah,
But the best one he put together so far was the Ring 4 card, man. Like that was a special card, bro. You had Abdullah Mason, one of the prospects of the year, versus Sam Noakes, who's also one of the prospects of the year in his own right. Like Sam Noakes is a good fighter. If you don't
yeah,
know much about him, you should definitely check him out. Then
yeah.
you
He's
had Jesse
Shakur
Bain
main sparring partner. When Shakur be getting ready for fights, he always spars
Rodriguez.
Sam Noakes.
You got Jesse Ben Rodriguez, top 10 pound for pound guy. Some people believe top 5. He was on the card. He took on a tough competitor in his weight division. One of the stoppers, one of the tough guys in his own weight division. He pretty much played with him throughout the fight, KO'd him. You got Devin Haney versus Brian Norman. We just spoke about 2 of the top 4, maybe some argue the top 2 guys at 147,
Yeah,
depending on how you look at it. But that was a 50-50, 60-40 kind of fight before the fight happened. We seen how it turned out, but leading into it, a lot of people didn't know what was going to happen. Then, of course, like you said, one of the biggest names of the year and someone who had such a great year, David Benavidez, put on a masterclass performance against Anthony Yard, stopped him, had his highlights, had spammed the left. You know what I'm saying? Like he did everything he wanted in that fight. So all in all, like that 4 right there on the same card is crazy to even imagine
every
2
one of
years
them
ago.
the main of every one of them is a main event on any other card. So
Literally.
yeah, I like that. I like that card. With me, I took a little turn because I kind of I liked it. The Ring 4 card. I think it was the best out of all the ring cards in my opinion. Maybe the best card all year. But I took a little turn. I went on the beginning of the year actually. I went to David Benavidez versus David Morrell card. To me, that was a great card as well. The best fighting the best, like literally at 175 with David and David. You had Scooter versus Figueroa on the rematch, big anticipated rematch. That's when Scooter brought out the jorts with the Tims. And then you had Pitbull versus Ferrero. That was a bar burn. Like that was the first person I ever see just strictly just brawl, no skill, no nothing, just strictly just brawl with Pitbull. Like he was taking every Pitbull shot. You know how Pitbull throws his hooks, he's getting hooked, his neck's not even moving, and he's hitting Pitbull back. Like they was really like just brawling. Like so with all of that, I wanted to go that for my fight card of the year because it just was an entertaining card. Like it just was like
Super
I guess from
entertaining.
like a not from like a boxing sweet science aspect, but just from like a just brawling aspect. Like that whole card was just like lit with that.
Action packed.
Yeah, like it's just like you got David over here. And Dave Morrell wasn't scared either. Like he was actually putting up a fight, So
No, he won a few rounds. I had it like 9-3.
yeah. It was every fight was just fun to watch, man. So I had to go that David versus David card for my fight of the year. I know we listed everything. I want everyone to like say at least one of the Jones that you felt like, whether it's the KO of the year, the fighter of the year. Say in the comments who you think is in that column. Like, let us know in the chat. Like, you feel me, real? Like, let us know what you think. Like,
100%, man. Let us know. And we'll talk about this on Instagram with y'all. We'll talk about it in the YouTube comments with y'all. We love debating, just hearing y'all takes as well.
facts.
Make sure you comment on this video. Make sure you like it. Share it to friends. Share it to people who also, talk about boxing. And you could compare y'all answers with our answers. I know y'all have y'all reasons why. We explained our reasons why. So it's going to be interesting. It's a great debate. 2025 was a great year for boxing.
Facts.
It's moving in the right direction. We're making all the right moves, and as a fan of boxing, this is you're happy right now. You're smiling right now because you see where this is going, and some of
Yeah.
these top fights are made more and more. A lot of mega fights have been happening in the past two years.
Yeah, we definitely going back into the golden age of boxing. I can see. We got starting up in 2026 with two of the four Kings fighting. So that just shows you what kind of year we have coming up. You know, at the end of 2026, we should be dropping another vid just like this, going down the list. So, man, appreciate y'all for coming and tapping in on this vid, man. Make sure you follow all our platforms, Instagram, TikTok, subscribe to our YouTube, comment, send it to your friends. And we'll be back. See y'all next time.
Yes, sir. We out, man. Have a good day.